Hi. Sorry, I've never done a live video, so the quality is looking real bad, but I promise it is not that bad. Well, my that bad. I just did a video for school too. Sorry, I'm wiping my camera. I just did a video for school, and it was pretty clear and perfect and beautiful. And now this one is not as clear and beautiful and perfect. Um, Getting text messages. The semester has just started. Um, Sorry, the semester has just started. I haven't posted on here in probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years from my last video, but that's okay. I'm so sorry about that. Um, I was just struggling a bit, and it's kind of hard when you're struggling to come on here and to, be yay, all positive and stuff. It's not always easy. So I just wanted to come on here and be honest with you guys and give you guys an update from when I last posted. I had just started nursing school and I was struggling, just to find, just to looking at others and seeing how well they were performing, and me being out of school for so long and starting nursing school, and the struggles that I had, like things that I feel like others knew that I should knew, but it had been so long since I even went to high school that I was struggling. So I'm just gonna jump right into it and be honest with you guys. I have failed my nursing classes on two occasions, not back to back. I don't know how other colleges do it, but with the school that I go to, when you fail, they make you do remediation. So you have to repeat that whole class. It's so stupid. And I get frustrated with it because even if you have an overall grade of 93% in the class, if you fail that end of term exam, they make you repeat the whole class. And it's like I have a 93% grade, but yet I failed one exam and I have to repeat this whole class. So I failed one class and I had to repeat it, and I failed my 265 class last semester. So this semester I have to repeat it. So it set my graduation date. Instead of me graduating this year, I now graduate all the way in April 2022. So I was pissed off about that. But I have also learned that when it comes to exam taking, I am I stress really bad. I get major anxiety. So I have to speak into a couple of my professors. They said that I should seek into getting anxiety medication, especially during test time. And there's a few books that I bought. It hasn't arrived yet. So when they do arrive, I'll show you guys which ones. But they were highly recommended. So I'm going to use them to practice. We do HESI exams. I know some people do ATIs, but we do HESI. So I'm going to practice those throughout the semester so that come test time, my nerves should be a little bit less. And I have been reading this book too. It's called Outwitting the Devil. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. If you haven't, I highly suggest you read it. And it does talk a little bit about anxiety and the things that causes anxiety. It's a really good book overall. It's by Napoleon Hill, and I'm a big advocate for reading, especially books that help you with success in life and just building wealth and stuff like that. I'm huge into that. I did get a haircut if you guys haven't noticed. I don't have time to I noticed throughout nursing school that everything that makes your life easy, you do. So I did get a haircut because when I have clinicals in the morning, I usually have to drive an hour. Well, actually, last semester I had to drive 3 hours, 3.5 hours for my clinicals. So not having hair was an easy solution because I do have to wake up at like 3 a.m. to get ready, and I did not want to deal with it. So I did do that. But back to my book. It is by Napoleon Hill. I highly recommended it. So, like I said, I have failed 2 semesters. I've had to repeat them. It's embarrassing. It's hard to tell somebody you failed and you have to repeat it. I also did get married last year. Yay. Um, and I could tell you guys the details about that too. But yeah, I did get married last year, September, so it hasn't been too long. So I'm no longer a single mom, but that's okay. I was a single mom for 5 years. So my husband's awesome like that. He's awesome. I but he's for a different show. He doesn't need to be broadcasted on here. But anyway, yeah, that's with my nursing school. I don't even know what to consider myself. Like I tell people, I don't even know if I'm a sophomore or junior or what, because failing those two nursing classes, it's like, man, I don't even know where I'm at. All I know is when I graduate. Because when you fail and you have to repeat it, they send you an email saying, hey, you failed to 65, you have to repeat it. Your new graduation date is set for April 20th, 2022. So they'll send you those kind of emails when you fail. Um, but this one was the hardest test to that I have taken. And for some reason, the first one was easier. You get two chances. I failed both of those. The first test was easier than the second test, but the second test, I thought I did pretty good the second test until I got my score, and I actually did worse than I did the first time around. But thanks to my teachers who have given me the uh, tips on how to be a better test taker, because that is really my struggle. Because I go to my clinicals, I do awesome in my clinicals, I do awesome in my class with answering questions, etc. I know the material, and I know the material. I just don't know what it is about exams that really stresses me out. But the month leading to exam, I just have really, really bad anxiety. And throughout my exams, it's just even worse. But anyway, that's all there is to nursing school. I am not one of those to come in here and tell you that, hey, you read this book and you'll pass nursing school, or do this and you'll pass nursing school. I am one of those that I have to work harder in school than some people do. So for some people, they don't have to work that hard. They could just learn the material and remember it. I do have a classmate like that. Well, we're no longer classmates because she advanced ahead of me because she passes her exams, but she doesn't need to study. She doesn't need to read. She doesn't need to do any of that. And she goes to take an exam and she's just fine. For me, I have to read all the material. I don't have my backpack up here. It's downstairs, but I would show you guys. Like, I literally read everything, every bit of material they say to read. I take so much notes down. That is my Sundays, reading and taking notes on nursing notes. And then on Monday, I start on my assignments and stuff. Monday through Saturday, working assignments. I literally don't get any days of the week off. And I know some people say that's unhealthy, but I am one of those people that I learn differently and I have to do things differently. So I use Sundays to read all the material in my nursing class, to write down every single bit of notes that I have. And then you have the pre work that you have to do for your clinicals. I usually start my pre work on Mondays as well. And then I do all my nursing homework on Mondays. And then Tuesdays and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I do my other classes. Then on Thursday, I do the remainder of my pre work because the pre work is super, super long that I just can't do it in one day. It's too much to do in one day. So I split the pre work between Mondays and Thursdays. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, I do my other assignments. Sunday mornings is the only time I take off, but by Sunday afternoon or 3, I start to read and write notes down, etc. But that's it for nursing school. All what I ordered on Amazon for school cost me 100 and it's ridiculous, $174. And I just had to close my eyes and pay for it. And we've been for some really, really difficult times financially. My family and I, we even during the last semester, we lost our apartment due to financial difficulties. We couldn't afford the rent no more because we didn't have a job. Like when COVID hit, it just kind of just we felt it to the max from losing our home, not being able to pay rent, not being able to pay bills, not being able to get groceries, all while still in nursing school and trying to stay focused and moving from one state to another state for better opportunities, but the better opportunities didn't work. So then we had to move back from that state back to this state. It was rough. And I don't share the personal details of my life with people, I just keep it in my home. So really, there is nobody other than my husband to talk about it. And he sometimes doesn't really understand it, especially when it comes to nursing school and being a parent and working full time. It does definitely cause a lot of stress factors and it's a lot. And I'm a big advocate for single moms because I have been a single mom. And when I started this channel, I started it because I felt like I could not find somebody that had that story that I was looking for, that background that I was looking for. Like, I would come on here and try to find so many videos about single moms and, the struggles that I was dealing with, but I couldn't find it because most single moms, their parents would watch their children. But for me, I still do, even with being married, because my husband also works. I still rely heavily on daycare. That is my only options when it comes to my kids and me getting to my clinicals and to getting to work. I do have to pay out of pocket fees for daycare. Even now that I'm married, it's really it's worse because now the amount that I'm getting charged at daycare is a lot. But I still have to go to school. I still have to work. He still has to work. Like, we're still trying to come back from our financial blow that we had. So that has been super difficult with daycare costs. So we still pay daycare costs. So I felt like I don't have the support system that a lot of the single moms on here has. It's me and my kids and now my husband. And it's even if with him in the picture, it's like me still being a single mom. And I tell him that all the time. It's like, you're here, but I feel like I'm still a single mom because it's still the same thing. I still have to work full time. I still have to cater to the kids. Now I have to cater to you. Uh, I still have to. Nothing really has changed other than the fact that I'm married and financially he's helping. And I had not been working for a while, so he has been supporting and paying the bills, which I'm thankful for. So it's been super tight financially, but when I started on here, it was because I couldn't find what I was looking for. Somebody to just be like, hey, I failed. You're not the only one. I have failed an exam too. It is hard. I prepared, but yet I still failed. Not only was I supposed to graduate this year, I was supposed to actually graduate April of this year. And because of the fact that I failed two of my nursing classes, it pushed me behind two semesters. So therefore I that's why I'm graduating all the way in April 2022. And the first time I failed, I wasn't with my husband, so I endured it on my own. I cried. I'm not gonna lie. I cried. I prayed. I questioned whether or not I should be a nurse or not. But at the end of the day, I know I'm supposed to be a nurse, and I can't let an exam determine the fact that if I'm gonna be a good nurse or not. Because I know the material. I study my butt off to learn the material. I practice. I get good grades. For I have had to do a lot of videos for classes. I do super well in those videos. So I know I'm not gonna be a dumb nurse, but it was harder the second time around. Well, last semester when I failed my exam, because then I had to tell him that I failed my exam, and therefore my graduation date was pushed back. Because we thought, oh, this year you're gonna be done. Financial finances will get better with when you start working as a nurse, and then it was the shame of I didn't pass, and I even cried to my teacher, and she did tell me that she was like, I will tell you, I have failed my nursing exam several times. I watched my peers graduate, I watched my friends graduate, but I had to repeat. And she's like, I don't want to tell you how many times I had to repeat, but I did have to repeat my nursing classes quite a bit of times. So don't feel like you're the only one that fails. And then she recommended the books to buy, the things to practice. She gave me a bunch of advice. So that's why when I saw $174 on Amazon for these books, I just closed my eyes and I got it anyways. Because I'm like, if this is going to help me, then I'm going to do it. So I will continue to make these videos and just update you guys as I go. Like I said, it's been like almost maybe a year and a half since I posted on here. And it was just because I had a lot of shit going on in my life. And I self doubt myself a lot. And not just self doubt myself, but sometimes I just feel like I'm not good enough. So nobody would watch my videos. Even if I do my videos, it's kind of the same thing when I post on Facebook. I'm like, well, nobody's gonna even like or comment on it. So what's the point? And this year, I'm just kind of trying to change my outlook on my perspective. I've just kind of decided, and I think once I read the book that I read, it kind of increased my confidence a little, and kind of opened my eyes to a new realization. It's like, it really doesn't matter if how many people likes your stuff or how many people comment on it. It's just continuing doing what you're doing if it makes you happy and if it might make a difference in just one person's life. So that's kind of why I decided to. I made a video for my class, and then I was like, I'm just gonna go post on YouTube right now and give them a little bit of an update, let them know that, hey, I'm alive. If you still want to watch my videos, you're free to watch my videos. If you do have questions for me, you could always send me a message. My phone does give me notifications when people post on here, and I do respond to those notifications. So you could also follow me on Facebook too and send me messages on there. I do respond to those. So if you're in nursing school, keep chugging along. It is hard. It is rough. I don't know what school you're attending, but I know with my school it is ridiculously hard, and sometimes I feel like they make things so hard. They've actually just added to other people's semester, not because they failed, because they said we lost paperwork. One of my classmates, she's my friend too, they added 2 extra semesters to her semester, and they said we lost your paperwork. And then I called them because I was like, I don't want to be graduating 2 more extra semesters beyond what I already have. And they're like, no, you're fine. You're still scheduled to graduate, but because of COVID, etc., etc., some people's paperwork got lost. It was a whole bunch of bullshit, and I was just like, you guys are ridiculous. And they're online. They make things. The fact that everything is online now, just everything is online. It's like the workload is twice as much as what it is. That's why I spend so much time doing nursing stuff, because it's so much work now. I will say I don't really have a social life with nursing school. It is my life. It becomes your life. It becomes who you are mentally. It drains me out. Like, I don't even know why I have so much anxiety, and the semester just started. But this, I think it's because I know the semester started today and how much work is involved in the semester, and seeing that I just took this class and now I have to repeat it. And I know how much the workload was in there and how much work it is. I'm just like, I think I have major anxiety because of it. But all day today, I have had really bad anxiety, just major panic attacks. So I really do need to go get some prescription medication to help with the anxiety. So I'm a bit nervous for the semester, but keep chugging along, you guys. You could do it, just like I could do it. Even if I fail 2 semesters, even if you fail 2 semesters, or however many semesters, keep going. It's not the end of the world. Just figure out what you did wrong and how you could do better, and take that forward for the new year. At least that's what I'm doing. Figured if I just practice every single day, those questions that pop up on the exam, then I could familiarize myself with how they write those questions down, because it is the perfect world with these exams. And to me, the perfect world doesn't exist. So I think I keep answering the questions as to how I would do it rather than how they expect us to answer the questions. So, but once I get those books, I'll come on here and show you guys which books that I did get. I think I should get them all by next week, according to what Amazon said. My husband's calling me. Sometimes he's a pain in my ass. He's awesome, but sometimes he is a pain in my butt, especially when I'm trying to study. Oh, he drives me crazy sometimes. I told him that when I met him. I said, I'm sorry, but school comes first. My kids, they come first too. But you're like number 4 on the list. I can't put you in the top 3. So if you want to be with me, you need to understand that you're going to be on the top 3. I grew up in poverty, and I don't want my children to grow up in poverty. I just want that better life for them. So I always tell him every single day, you know, I love you, but school, kids, priority, your priority number 3 or 4, somewhere in between there. And he's the worst when I'm doing homework or trying to study. I'm just like, oh my gosh, man, it's easier just being and going for nursing school. It does take a lot, but he just doesn't understand that. That's the problem. He doesn't understand how hard nursing school is. But good luck with your semesters if you are in nursing school. If you're just starting nursing school, work hard, stay focused. Just remember that it takes priority at the end of the day, and not everybody will understand that it does take priority. My best friend, she for sure doesn't understand that. She expects to hang out all night long, all hours of the night, and it's okay. And I'm constantly trying to tell her that I have homework, I have to study. I don't have that. I can't live that life that you expect me to live. So sometimes it's hard trying to get people to understand, or they just don't understand why you're in your room just doing homework, or every time it's, oh, I'm doing homework. But it's true. It's effing true. I'm doing homework or I'm studying. That is my freaking life. And I try to tell people, but they don't understand. Anyway, this video is way too long already. So, good luck with your semesters. Chug along. Let me know where you guys are in the program. Like I said, I don't know if I'm a sophomore, junior, whatever, because I've had to repeat twice now, so I have no clue where I'm at. Um, I'm sure it probably shows somewhere on my dashboard, but I don't know. I don't care. I just know when I graduate, and that's all I care about. I don't plan on failing any more classes. I definitely have had time to think about how I'm gonna approach my semesters and what I'm gonna do so that I am successful and that I'm not failing any more classes. And I'm just gonna continue to do those things so that I'm successful and not failing anymore. I'm determined to be done by April 2022. I don't want it to be pushed back to August or December of 2022. I really just wanna get my career started. So if you have any questions, just post it on there. I will set a notification and I will respond. I still cry. If you guys are wondering, I still cry some days where I feel like I'm overwhelmed, and I do feel overwhelmed a lot. Um, Kind of one of the reasons why I cut my hair too. Just couldn't deal with it anymore. Nursing school does that to you. I actually my hair started to fall out. I didn't just purposely cut. I tried everything I can to save it, but the stress of nursing school and having to deal with it every day, I couldn't get it back there. So I had to cut it off. Like this, I've been trying to curl this section out for a little bit for so long, and it just won't grow. It will still fall out. Like sometimes I'll pass my hands in my hair like that and look, and then there's so much hair in there, and I'm just like, nursing school is really taking a lot out of me. I never thought when I started the journey, because I got my medical assistant first. I thought, and it was so easy. I just thought, oh, nursing school would be so easy, and I always did well in exams when I was getting my medical assistant degree. But it's a whole different ballgame with nursing school. Like the stresses that I'm experiencing now, I have not had to experience. Like all the cry that I've been crying, I've not had that for my MA at all. It is just it's hard. Um, I've had good kids, luckily, that understands that what I'm doing is for our future. So I will be honest, I'm not one of those moms that has time to go take their kids to do a lot of fun things, especially during the summer, because my program is like all year long. We only get 2 weeks during the Christmas season. And I think that's why I stress so much and I'm losing so much of my hair. It's because that the fact that the program is like all year round and you don't get much of a break until those 2 weeks for Christmas, which I look forward to all year round. I'm like, oh my gosh, is it Christmas yet? Um, so I'm just sometimes I feel like a terrible mom, honestly, because my kids will be like, "Could we go to the water park?" And I'm like, "I can't. I have too much homework, like too much homework, and then I work full time too. So there's just no time to do it." My baby is now 2 years old. The last time I posted on there, was I still pregnant with him? No, I already had him. He was just a few months old. So it's actually been maybe 2 years since I posted on here because he's two now. He's a handful, but he's an awesome kid. Sorry, they're making a lot of noise in the background. And I gotta go get my homework done. I still go to the gym because that is my stress reliever. I go to the gym for 2 hours every day, Monday through Friday. Saturday, I go for an hour, and then Sundays, I don't go at all. I take a break on Sundays. But yep, I still do work out because that is the only thing I do for me where it doesn't involve school or kids. So I do enjoy that. And I like being in shape. So one of the reasons why I always say, I like to look good. So I do a lot of fitness posts on my Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. I don't talk about school on those at all. I only talk about school on YouTube. And if somebody asks me a question about school, I will discuss school. But I don't talk about school on any of my social medias just because it's embarrassing when you fail a class and then, people ask about that and you just don't want to tell them because you're embarrassed. So I try to keep that off of social media. People know I'm in nursing school, but they don't ask me questions about it at all. I do have very good grades. I'm not gonna lie. I am a B student. I can't say I'm an only A student because gosh, not in my nursing classes. In my nursing classes, I usually maintain between a 85 to a 90% grade. So technically, that's an A, right? Most likely. I don't ever watch if it's A, B, or C. I just look at the grade because we have to maintain a 80% grade in with all of our classes to move on. So that's usually all I look at. I do know my overall GPA is 3.35. I was looking at it today, what it was for all other semesters. So I do know I have a 3.35 GPA from last semester, but I have not gotten anything less than a 3.3 GPA throughout my time in nursing school. So that's good. I just applied for a nursing apprentice position because due to COVID, they're looking for apprentice. So I applied for that, and because I have a good GPA, I'm hoping that I get it, but I'm not sure. I really do. And if you don't know what that is, your school offers it as well, so you should ask about it. You get paid for it. It's where you get a license from the state, and it will say nursing apprentice because you're in nursing school. You only get it if you're enrolled in nursing school, and I believe if you have a good GPA. If you don't have a good GPA, you don't get it. But from what my school said is that all nursing schools offer it. It's from your state. The school sends you the paperwork. You fill it out. You email it to somebody in the state, and they give you the address for the person to email it to. You email it to that person, and then the state person will resend a request from the school to know what your GPA is, and once they know what your GPA is, then they'll email you back and let you know if you got it or not. And it allows you to work at the hospitals, and everything that you do in nursing school you get to do it at the hospital, of course with supervision. So if you learn how to do catheters, then your nursing apprenticeship, they'll allow you to do that on patients. If you know how to do vitals, they'll allow you to do that on patients. So anything you learn in nursing school, they let you practice it at the hospital and you get paid for it. So if you're in nursing school, doesn't matter where you are in your nursing school, if you've done any nursing classes already, then you're good. You should look into the nursing apprenticeship because you get paid to do it. You still get a normal hourly wage. I don't know about the hours and stuff. I know here it just depends on what the hospital is offering. I looked online to see what the hospitals here was offering, and they have part-time positions. A few of my classmates are doing it at the hospital. They do enjoy it, so I'm kind of hoping that I get it. I just actually got a job today, y'all, and I have not had a job in about over 6 months. The struggle has been real, and it's really has been a drain financially, and it's not a good thing when you have bad credit either, because just to get this apartment that we had to get a loan, and we had to put our car up for that loan. It was a payday loan. We had to put our car up to get that loan to move in, but we were staying in with some people because we lost our apartment due to COVID and financial issues, and we had a time frame to get out. So, and my husband has been the only one that has been working, so it's been rough. So I just got a job today. I can't even tell you guys the pay because it is ridiculously low. Uh, but that's okay. It's a job, and I need a job, and it's kind of hard to work full time under school. But whatever. Gotta do what you gotta do. But that's the end of my video. You guys have a great rest of your night, and I hope you guys have a good semester. Once my books arrive, I will make a video, and I plan on making a video once a week just to keep you guys updated and share my difficulties with you guys. Maybe I might make someone I'm crying so that you guys could believe me. Um, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. And thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful night.